Hey guys, welcome back. Now I'm going to date myself a little bit, and I'm going to talk about an old black and white Twilight Zone episode. And in that episode, there was a guy, I believe he was played by Burgess Meredith, who was Mickey from the Rocky franchise, which also dates me. But the actor loved to read, and everything in his life was just a distraction to take him away from his ultimate love, which was reading. And there was this was in the days of the nuclear war scare. So there was an atomic explosion, and all of mankind was destroyed except for him. And he was surrounded by libraries and books, and all he could do in just an entire lifetime to do nothing but read. And basically, he dropped his glasses, broke his glasses, and that was the horror, that he could no longer see enough to read, and was by himself alone in this world with nothing, with no ability to pursue his passion. So what we're talking about is not necessarily the impending apocalypse. However, a lot of people like to talk about that, and the possibilities coming up. And I would think to myself, how tragic would that be not to have, as far as one of your tools, making sure that you have multiple ways to see if you are dependent. Now, I am not the kind of person who could not function without my glasses. I'm also the kind of person who could actually make it somewhere on a trip and realize, oh my goodness, I drove all the way here without my glasses, because I can see well enough to drive. But I'm familiar with I have quite a few friends that that is not the case. And say, for example, my wife is one of those people who doesn't see very well without her glasses. So since I am now a glasses wearer. I have been for maybe the past 6 or 7 years. With that being the case, I make sure I always have backup pairs of glasses. And being in the construction trade, it is extremely difficult to deal with that at times, as far as what will fall off your face and when you're sweating and what's going on. But the ultimate thing is that you have to make sure that you always have some backup pair. So I'm going to show you what I am really here to talk about, and I'll turn the camera around a bit to see if you can see me and what I'm wearing. But these are Criss Optical Mag 1 spectacle, what they call spectacle goggles. And hopefully you saw them, but I'm about to take them off so you can really see them. And here they are. And I will just grab some glasses that allow me to see a little bit better. But I love these things. And some people that may recognize them, if they're old enough and can date themselves old enough, that, from the military, or an older military, and would even refer to them as birth control glasses. And they pretty much are. These are birth control glasses. But as you see here, there's a rubber strap. So they wear like goggles. They are hard plastic here. So the frame is hard plastic. And even these wings are hard plastic. But they contour to whatever the shape is of your head. And I have a pretty big head, so they look pretty goofy on me. However, they are extremely functional, and they will not fall off. Now, you can order these. You can find these and order these online, and when you do, as long as you have your prescription, you can have them, sent to you and made to order. They're pretty nice. They come with, and I'll put a link to talk about where I got them. But they come with, a case and a cleaning rag. But I really do like these because they're extremely functional, and they were made pretty much by the military, or they were a military design, if you were, military specification, maybe better. But they're what the military would provide to their troops back in, let's say, the 80s. And another thing that was really cool about them was that in another type of gas mask that was used, the concept is that you could still get a seal around an actual gas mask with because of the rubber. right? And an example I'm also going to give for eyewear and how important it is to make sure that you have backups. Okay, so this is an actual CBRN gas mask, and I'm not here to talk about the mask as much as I am to talk about the prescription eyewear. And this may be similar to anyone who's a diver or who, skis or anything like that, and wants to make sure that they have their prescription goggles or what have you, and is probably going through a similar process to do that. I would say it's really important. These are made by Metzel Safety, and what's really cool about these inserts were designed for this mask, but not only were they designed for the mask, when you get them, they come with arms, so you could wear them as a backup pair. These are not mine. These are for my wife's prescription. And this is a really, really tiny mask, as in this is smaller than a normal mask. It's made for a small frame person, so it's kind of specialized. But that's the point is to have, eyewear. If you are extremely dependent on eyewear, then get eyewear for everything. Because the last thing you want is to be in a situation. And when you get new eyewear, your prescriptions may change. And that may be the case. So one, always make sure you keep your prescription so that you may order eyewear online. And even swap or trade glasses if you're aware of what the prescription is. But by keeping your old glasses, even if your prescription does change ever so slightly, it is better than nothing. Right? Back to these. I really love these things. Like I said, they don't fog up as much, especially when in situations where you're forced to wear a mask. But for me, sweat is my biggest issue. So I could be in an attic somewhere, I could be anywhere with wearing these. These aren't a big deal. They don't slide off of my head because of the rubber. There again, if I needed to, I could get a good clear inseal on a gas mask with it. These are just, really awesome. And as far as the ordering process and how it works out and how the prescription is, I don't have a really heavy prescription, but by the same token, these are excellent. As far as the vision is outstanding. I can see really well with these. And they're really cheap as far as just the frames are concerned. I don't think the frames are more than, let's say, $40. What you're going to end up paying for are the lenses. So if you have, your own source, but I'll put a link in the description as far as where you can find these and get, everything one-stop shop, if you will, and just order them online if you have everything. And that's probably the easiest process. So, these things are awesome. I love them. They are extremely ugly. They're birth control glasses. They will work for that process as well. However, they are very decent when you absolutely have to have your glasses on you. You don't want them falling off. They're not they have a very light feel. So they feel as if you're, wearing a very light pair of glasses. They do not have the feel at all of wearing a pair of goggles or anything of that nature. If you have a fat head like me, you pretty much don't have to adjust it much. I'm a big guy, so I would imagine if you had a smaller head, you could have some fun with the straps here, but I don't have to adjust it much. Some people may not like the feel of rubber up against their head for an extended period of time, and I get that, so your results may vary. But I can tell you, if I have to do any work and I'm worried about my normal glasses just slipping off my head, and I guess you could probably see that the glasses that I normally wear already have a strap on them. So because of that is, just an issue I have all the time. When I don't have time to deal with any of that or them slipping off of my head, and I just, it's time to just get work done or go to work or, crawl through whatever. This is what I go to, and this is, what I wear. So I can highly recommend them. The military highly recommended them. In fact, I think they just called them combat eyeglasses. If you do a search for combat eyeglasses, this will be one of the early pair that, pop up. And that's where I was first introduced to this type of glass. eyeglass and the term birth control glasses. And while they were ugly, man, they are functional. So, all right, guys, have a good one.